So, welcome guys. It's quite a long time, and today we've something to share in our channel, of course, to our fans. And today, what we'll share is a small a documentary especially for the football lovers, for the game lovers, for game fanatics, and especially soccer. Our small documentary is about some football managers with a bias in the managers who have served in Europe, in clubs in Europe mostly, and they've left behind a good mark, a good difference in the clubs that they've served. They've won trophies. They've won again. They've won grace in their coaching career, in their managerial career for the clubs that they've coached. We'll also have a look at some few from Africa continent who have at least left some mark or some difference in the clubs that they have worked for. So for football lovers, today it is your time to just have a small documentary about that, about the managers, about the clubs that they've served, and what mark, whatever mark they might have left behind. Some are managers who are still serving up to today. From a long time up to today, they are still managers. Some of the managers here have coached good players who have become managers of other clubs to date because they've retired from their football career. And in our example, we have number one here, Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger here. He has been a football coach for quite a long time. He has once coached Monaco, but mostly the club that he has coached and left a good mark is Arsenal, the Arsenal FC, the Arsenal Football Club. This is Arsene Wenger. He has coached Arsenal for quite a long time than any other club and left a good mark. There is a time he has actually won the EPL, the English Premier League, unbeaten, and we shall have a look at that sometime later. There is a time he went a full season unbeaten to win the English Premier League trophy. So he's a manager who has served for quite a long time, from 1st of August 1996 to the 13th of May 2018. That's quite a long time being a manager, being a football coach, and winning grace as well as winning some trophies. Actually, I understand there is a trophy he has ever won, and it was named after almost his club supporters, or his club financiers, the club sponsors. That's the Emirates Cup. He's once won it so many times, such that it was like assumed that the trophy really belongs to him. So he's Arsene Wenger, served in Arsenal club from 1st of October 1996 to 13th of May 2018. Arsene Wenger. Sometime I liken him to this guy, Mr. Bean, who is just a fan maker. I liken him to that guy. He almost looks like his cousin. That is Mr. Bean. But anyway, Mr. Bean is not part of our coaching fraternity. He's just a fan maker. But sometimes I liken him to that guy. He's Arsene Wenger for Arsenal many times, and I like him because it's not the club I support, but I like him because of the mark that he left at the Arsenal club. He has been the most successful coach in the Arsenal club, as much as I know. Then we also have some other managers, of course, Like for example, we have David Cadderhead. David Cadderhead here. This guy has been a coach for the Blues. Has been a coach for the Blues. That is the Chelsea FC club. He almost served same period of time like Arsene Wenger for the Gunners, rather for the Gunners club, that the Arsenal club. He served almost same period of time, same length of time like Arsene Wenger. Is David Cadderhead. He coached the Blues or the Chelsea FC club from the year or from date 1 of August 1907 to 8th of May 1933. I think it could be the most or rather the longest serving football manager for the Blues, the longest serving football manager for the Blues or for the Chelsea club in history. I don't know whether there is any other coach who has ever done in Arsenal managerial position for the Chelsea club like him. Yeah, I don't know whether there is another coach who has coached or who has served in the Chelsea FC club for the longest time like David Cadderhead. He has served the longest time in Chelsea or in the Blues club. Then we also have David Moyes. David Moyes is also a coach as of today. He's also a coach even today, though he doesn't necessarily coach Everton FC, but ideally he has coached Everton for the longest time. He has coached Everton or the Toffees club for the longest time. David Moyes. This is David Moyes. There is a time when the Manchester United longest serving manager, that is Sir Alex Ferguson, when he retired for the first time, he proposed and gave a chance for David Moyes to move from Everton, come to Manchester United or to the Red Devils, and he came coached Red Devils or the Manchester United, the Man U club, for some period of time, though he did not perform well, but he's the first manager to succeed Sir Alex Ferguson, when he left Manchester United. Of course, Fergie or Alex Ferguson, as we shall see, is the longest serving football manager for the Manchester United, and most successful manager for the Manchester United club, and even for the English Premier League. For the English Premier League, is the most successful manager and the longest serving manager for the EPL or for the English Premier League, serving at the Manchester United club. At the Theatre of Dreams field, and is the most successful. But anyway, we shall come to him. We are about David Moyes here, who has coached Everton club for the longest time. Then we have here a hero here. His name is Diego Simeone. This is Diego Simeone here. Diego Simeone has been at the Atletico Club, which is a Spanish club, from 23rd of December 2011 to the present time. He's still the serving manager. He's still the manager and the football coach for the Atletico Club. He has coached the club successively from 23rd of December 2011 up to present time. He's a very successful manager. He's a very active and successful manager. He has been also a player for quite some time is Diego Simeone. Diego Simeone, a very successful manager who is also serving as the Atletico Club football coach from the time he joined it as a coach in 23rd of December 2011 up to the present time is Diego Simeone. Then we have another coach here, very recognizable coach, is Giovanni Trapattoni. Giovanni Trapattoni. Giovanni Trapattoni was a Juventus coach. He was a Juventus coach. He coached Juventus FC from the year 1976 to the year 1986. From the year 1976 up to the year 1986. Up to the year 1986. He was a successful manager coaching the Juventus club for quite long time, or for the longest time ever. Giovanni Trapattoni, a very successful manager of that time. Then we have one of the, I think, longest, this guy should be one of the longest managers of Europe, longest serving managers, football managers of Europe, is Guy Roux. Guy Roux. Guy Roux coached Auxerre FC. He coached Auxerre FC from the year 1964 to the year 2000. From the year 1964 to the year 2000 is Guy Roux. Is Guy Roux, successful manager, a renowned football manager who coached Auxerre FC from the year 1964 to the year 2000. We have another hero here, another guy, very successful guy, to have stayed in a club for one of the longest times in Europe as a manager, and he is Dario Gradi. Dario Gradi. Dario Gradi coached Crewe Alexandria FC. Crewe Alexandria FC for one of the longest times. He is Dario Gradi. Coached Crewe Alexandria for one of the longest times. We have a hero here, a football coach who coached one of the renowned clubs in Italy for the longest times. He is Helenio Herrera. Helenio Herrera. Helenio Herrera coached Inter Milan club, the Inter Milan club, for one of the longest times, from the year 1960 to the year 1968. From the year 1960 to the year 1968. We have a hero here, an African, of course. I had said that in our documentary, or in the documentary we are having here, we have a bias in the coaches for the clubs in Europe, but now we also have some few from Africa, although some are just but a joke per se. But this guy is not a joke here. The guy I'm about to present to you in our documentary is not a joke. He has coached one of the clubs for the longest time, the Kitanga United. The Kitanga United. He is Isaac Atanga. Isaac Atanga. Isaac Atanga coached Kitanga United from 12th January 1900 to July 2010. To July 2010. Actually, some fanatics would argue that he still coaches in his grave. This is funny anyway. He still coaches from his grave. He really loved Kitanga FC, that he still coaches from the grave. Some other fanatics would say, even in his absentia and with a new coach in place, Isaac Atanga still sits at the technical bench from his grave. Isaac Atanga sits at the technical bench from his grave. He played for the same club for the longest time and became a manager for the same club, the longest serving manager, who some fanatics or some football fans still say that he still coaches from his grave. Now that we have a manager for the club who is sitting, some people say that he still sits at the technical bench of the club. And that's a laugh, or rather, that shows how much he loved the club, or he loves the club. I like it too. We have another guy here, a Spanish coach, or rather a guy who coached a Spanish club, Real Madrid. The Real Madrid is Miguel Munoz. Miguel Munoz. And Miguel Munoz coached Real Madrid club from 13th of April 1960 to 15th of January 1974. To 15th of January 1974 is Miguel Munoz. Miguel Munoz, a Real Madrid football coach who served successively for one of the longest times. Yeah. I wish he could be still there to coach Vicinius. Anyway, we have Otto Rehhagel. Otto Rehhagel. He coached Werder Bremen. A German football club, which plays for at the Bundesliga league, or which plays Bundesliga, the Germany football league, top league. The club is Werder Bremen. He coached the club from the year 1981 to the year 1995. Is Otto Rehhagel. Otto Rehhagel. We have this hero here, or this guy is a hero, of course. The guy is Paul Lambert. This is Paul Lambert. And Paul Lambert, my fans, Paul Lambert coached Stoke City FC. And Stoke City is one of the biggest clubs in England or in the UK. It at sometimes qualifies and plays for the English Premier League. And this guy coached the club, the Stoke City club, from the year 1999 to the year 2014. Oh my. The father of English Premier League is here. The father of English Premier League is here. The father of English Premier League is here. The father of the UK Link. He is Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson, one of my favorite football managers. Actually, I started watching football at his reign. I loved English football at his reign. Even The jersey I'm wearing is a resemblance of the club he coached for one of the longest and successful times. He is Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson, the father of English Premier League. He won the most trophies in England than any other club. He won many leagues, including the Champions League, the FA, the Carabao, the Pro League Cup for the longest time than any other manager. He is the father. He's actually filled the trophy cabinet for the English Premier League. He is Sir Alex Ferguson. He coached, and actually he is still a fanatic up to today. For every game, especially big games and any other game, this guy is ever present to cheer the club. He's Sir Alex Ferguson. He coached Manchester United, or the Red Devils. He has coached Manchester United at the Theatre of Dreams in Carrington. He has served in Carrington, at the Theatre of Dreams, at the Manchester United Club from 6th of November 1986 to 19th of May 2013 to 19th of May 2019 while at Manchester United. At the time he was leaving, he gave his mantle to David Moyes, who did not fare so well, so that he was just sacked or relieved of his duties after some time. But Sir Alex Ferguson is the most successful manager in English Premier League. He is a genius in coaching. He successfully coached Manchester United for the longest time. Sir Alex Ferguson. You have this, my fellow African and a friend, Teodoro Guema Obiang. Teodoro Guema Obiang. From 1979 to present time at Guinea-Bissau. No much stories. Tom Watson, a successful Liverpool manager of his time. Liverpool, you will never walk alone. Tom Watson served in Liverpool from 17th of August 1986 to 6th of May 1915 as a successful manager of Liverpool club. And Liverpool, you will never walk alone. In absentia here, my fellow African, with no many stories about him. Ni chini ya maji, chini ya mnazi. Yoweri Museveni. Yoweri Museveni. From 1967 to present time. From 1967 to present time at the Uganda FC. Chini ya maji, chini ya mnazi. No more stories. Yoweri Museveni. From 1967 to present time at the Uganda FC. Photo in absentia. We have Billy Walker. Billy Walker, 1939 to 1960 at Nottingham Forest. At Nottingham Forest, one of the championship clubs of England in UK. John Cruyff. This is John Cruyff. From May 1988 to May 1996. May 1988 to May 1996. while at Barcelona FC, or while coaching the Catalans, one of Spanish or Spanish football club, one of the successful clubs of Spain. That is the Catalans or the Barcelona FC. And here we have Bill Struth. Bill Struth. This is Bill Struth. Bill Struth served in Rangers United. Is one of the longest serving managers of Rangers United. Actually, he could be the longest serving successful manager or the recognized manager for the Rangers United from 1920 to 1955. From 1920 to 1955 is Bill Struth. Bill Struth. Bill Struth. We have this guy here. He's a hero. Coached many clubs, almost all clubs in UK and in Spain, and he's Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti. He has also coached the Blues or the Chelsea FC. He's coached Real Madrid and very successful manager. From coached AC Milan. From 6th of November 2001, 6th of November 2001 to 30th of June 2009. To 30th of June 2009 is Carlo Ancelotti. Carlo Ancelotti. Yeah. And now, having looked at those successful managers of the time, we've also some other notable football or soccer moments which we cannot overlook. Of course, our main agenda was on the longest serving football managers at different clubs, and especially in Europe, the UK, or in England. And now, of course, not leaving out Africa and then other continents, because the coaches did not necessarily come from the respective countries of the clubs we've mentioned, but also came from other different continents and countries per se. Though some served at home country, but now, having looked at that and put a full stop on looking at the different football managers who served at different clubs, there are some other notable soccer moments or football moments for our fanatics or for our fans that we cannot just overlook. It's very important in our documentary. And like one of the notable moments here, or notable things here, is that there is a player who once played at Old Trafford, or at the Manchester United club. He has even become one of the good captains of the club, and the guy is Ashley Young. Though he left the club to play for other different clubs, but now he also plays. Currently, he plays for the EPL, or for the English Premier League. And his notable moment is that he plays for the Aston Villa right now, or today. He plays for Aston Villa. And the notable moment here we are about to look is that Aston Villa FC club's oldest player is young. Aston Villa's oldest player is young, or is Ashley Young. Then number 2, though at my lowest gesture, because it affected the club I do support, though to some point we won the grace. Last Sunday, there was a game for the Manchester, or rather, there was a Manchester derby game. And at that Manchester derby, it recorded one of the notable moments of having 2 hat tricks from 2 different players for the same club. It happened from, it was a Manchester derby, of course, so it was Manchester City versus Manchester United. And the notable moment is that there was a hat trick, of course, in goal scoring by Erling Haaland and Phil Foden. Erling Haaland and Phil Foden. And so the Manchester derby recorded 2 hat tricks by Haaland and Phil Foden in the first leg of the English Premier League. One of the hat tricks happened at the first leg of the Manchester derby. It's at my lowest gesture. I support the Red Devils. However, we won the grace. They won the first half, we won the second half. No dispute. Number 3, the only unbeaten English Premier League manager is from the mighty Manchester United club, and is none other than the former midfielder Michael Carrick. Oh my. Michael Carrick, a very renowned, humble, former Manchester United midfielder player. Actually played at a time when I loved the game and I started watching the game. He used to play one of the best midfields. He was one of the best midfields of the time. He played together with a renowned guy, Paul Scholes, Darren Fletcher, Ryan Giggs, Wayne Rooney, you know. I loved the game that time. I remember Evans, I remember Fernand, I remember West Brown. I remember our towering goalkeeper of that time, the father of all goalkeepers, from I think from Netherlands. I like the guy. And so Michael Carrick, as one of the best midfielders, when he retired from football, he was recalled to be one of the player coaches, and especially for the midfield. And at the time when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the coach, he used to be his assistant. And so when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was relieved of his duties, Michael Carrick took over as the interim manager. This guy never lost any game. He's the only unbeaten manager for the English Premier League. No dispute. The only unbeaten at his reign from the beginning to the time he ended his career as the manager in English Premier League while serving at the Manchester United. Don't forget, at this time is the time we filled the trophy cabinet with the trophies from English Premier League, from the Championship, from the Champions League, from FA, from Carabao, from name it, you know. So he's one of the most successful managers, or rather the only unbeaten manager I know about. He has never lost any game in his football career. Is none other than the humble Michael Carrick. The humble Michael Carrick. Then number 4, I had mentioned this before, and I must mention it again. It's for the Gunners, or for the Arsenal FC. Arsenal have a record of winning English Premier League unbeaten under Arsene Wenger as the manager. Yeah, these guys were lucky as at one season when they won the English Premier League unbeaten. They won all the games, or rather, they may not have won the game, but they made it for a draw so that they did not lose any game for the whole season. And at that time, they won the league unbeaten. This is a big record from none other than Arsene Wenger. From none other than Arsene Wenger. I like the guy. I like the guy. He's a Frenchman. The only thing I disliked about him is that he loved Olivier Giroud so much that even when they went for their nationals or their international games, he would make sure that Olivier Giroud, even when he was down, he must play. Whether they are playing World Cup, they are playing UEFA League, whichever game, he made sure that he will push for Olivier Giroud to play. Whether Olivier Giroud is down as at that time physically or not, he made sure that he played. They come from the same country. They are all French. They are all French, yeah. But I like the guy anyway. He once won the English Premier League unbeaten, yeah, unbeaten for the whole season, and that's something to mark. That's something to have some recognition about. The number 5. And the last one, of course, is that one of the notable moments, we have one of managers whom we might not have recognized in person or in our sample here while I was giving the managers and showing their pictures or rather their photos. But it's a very special manager who has almost coached in almost every big league on earth, whether it is League One, English Premier League, Bundesliga, name it. He has coached it, and he's none other than Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho has a nickname, the Special One. He's nicknamed the Special One. The Special One because for almost every league he went and he coached, he won a trophy or so. Even for the newest trophies, he would win any trophy which he would go and play. And so he is named the Special One. Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. He has even coached the Manchester United successfully, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, AS Roma, name it, and he has successfully won grace and won the games. So Jose Mourinho is also nicknamed the Special One. Thank you, fanatics. Thank you, my fans. Thank you, my followers. Thank you, those who watch these videos, and welcome for more videos. Every other time, or rather many times, we have videos premiering, we are uploading new videos, and so if you will subscribe, if you like our videos, if you follow our channel, you are assured of getting new videos, new material, new and interesting content every other time when you are watching our channel. And so I encourage you to subscribe, I encourage you to follow our channel, I encourage you to keep on looking at our channel, because we have new content. Even the content that we uploaded some time ago, most of it is relevant up to date, and we also hope to make it more interesting, more fun, and refresh it, and also keep it as a reminder, keep it in our archives, so that every other time you would want to review or to have a look at a later date or so, it is there for you. So please subscribe, please like our channel, please share to